Hello. 12/25/16. Christmas Day. Change is coming. And I know this seems somewhat of an ominous lead-in, but I can assure you it is not. It is actually, we're going to talk about something that a lot of other people are talking about. And just want to say, don't panic just yet. But like anything, as the Boy Scout says, the motto, be prepared. It's one that we need to be prepared about. So a little bit of credits first here to some of the people that are talking about this, some that have a little better understanding. Of course, we all know Jesse over at BP Earthwatch, Mike Around the World, and then, of course, a couple of others, NASA, Google, and, of course, God. Yeah, whoever that may be for you. So, 12/25/16. If you haven't heard about it, well, you're going to hear about it now. There is a cosmic wave due to hit our planet on or about Christmas time. Been knowing about it. NASA's been knowing about it. The governments know about it. Many in the community have been talking about it, but it's here. And I guess I really myself didn't take the seriousness of it until actually I literally started doing some reading, and I encourage you. The event that we're going to be talking about that happened 12 years ago was much more serious than any of us know about. So what are cosmic rays? Well, number one, they're not rays, they're really particles. And that's the bad part. We'll get into that in a little bit more. The Earth is hit with cosmic rays all the time. It is. It comes right from our star. And the way that our solar system is set up and the perfectness of its order, our planet protects us from that for the most part. However, there's a lot of things to be concerned there too. All right. So you all know, good Lord, done enough videos, watch the video, Fun with Photons. You'll really get to understand what's really taking place here. All right. So you get an idea, right? Where do cosmic rays come from? Well, they come from supernova. They're when the stars explode. And we're actually going to see the lifetime of a star. I like to think as well as sometimes stars, planets, they're almost, in fact, I will say this, they are living entities. They truly are. If you don't think that this planet is alive, well, you need to go outside and spend a little bit more time and just look at the Earth. But in any case, so we have a supernova. This is what this magnetar is. It's coming in. It's blowed up. We know it. These happen very quickly, but the damage they do are just terrible. You're going to see this. This is what it looks like, folks. Kaboom! And we've got a star, in this case, a supernova, exploding in our part of the galaxy. So check it out, right? Now, the idea is you can't see these, you can measure them, but here's the point. When these cosmic particles come in, they affect the whole atmosphere, the whole globe, upper atmosphere, the Earth itself, and even under the Earth. It affects everything. It's definitely electric. I encourage you to go and see the Thunderbolts project. I mean, this is an electric universe. And as we are becoming more and more aware of our universe, in which we're still just babes, we're realizing that it is indeed electric. I don't know. It's kind of odd is that when you start reading this, and there's debate on both sides of the subject matter, that I believe, and I'm going to go on this particular side of the camp, that this has been mounting The pressure waves are increasing. The intensity of the cosmic particles hitting us. I got to tell you, I'm going to do a little point on here. I'm concerned for our children. I mean, they're the ones that are really going to be more impacted than, let's say, those over 50. Those between the ages of, getting out of adolescence into adulthood, you're going to feel it too. So let's just talk about this. How does it happen? Well, I thought this was probably one of the best kind of simple graphs to really show you. Two normal binary stars, right? Which I do believe our system is. Then you have one begins to get, and when I look at this, you can almost look at it as a cancer. Cancer, what is cancer? Well, it's uncontrolled growth of cells, right? How many of us have been impacted by family members who have had cancer? How many of us have lost family members, loved ones, because of cancer? Yeah. So this continues to go around. You can begin to see what happens and kaboosh. And when that happens, so much energy, it reverberates throughout the whole entire universe. We monitor these. We see these. We've recorded them. I would not want to be above, outside, as I understand, when a gamma ray comes through, it could be very, very bad for you. It is anticipated that we will see these effects. There's no doubt about it. These, again, are highly charged particles, folks, moving at incredible rates of speed. They're going to damage your DNA. Count on it. It's a fact. So what happens here? Okay, so right here we have Earth, right? I know, I got a small cursor, so just deal with it. You got the sun, and normally the sun is what we encounter. We see it all the time in the magnetopause. When we get geomagnetic storms, this is all cosmic rays. We call them solar wind from the sun. But I have shown in my videos, many others have shown, if you want to go and just simply look at the magnetopause, you can actually get the readings on that. Here's the deal. This is coming from the interstellar space, and it has a bow shock wave to it. We're going to get into more of this so you can begin to understand. So the cosmic ray influx, it comes in, and it literally will rip off a planet's atmosphere. Literally. If that planet has a very weak magnetic magnetopause, it could literally do that. In fact, I think that's what may have happened to Mars. Maybe a close encounter with Venus, who knows? But as you can see in this chart, how this really is going to affect us, folks. Even when I listened to BP and did the research on this, folks, this could kick our butts. I mean, seriously. Now, is it going to be an alien? No. But could it do an event in 2004? How many of you remember that? We're going to visit that. So, as you can see, this is typically how we see the solar winds, cosmic particles. But this is going to affect us differently. It's going to hit hard. It's going to hit fast. It's going to affect the Earth. I believe you could very well begin to see some enormous events happening here on a global scale. And I just thought I'd show you this as well as what happens as these cosmic particles penetrate our magnetopause, as they continue to penetrate down to the Earth and then actually get into the substrata of the Earth. Folks, it gets really intense. This is where you're going to get... Listen, the last time that this happened in 2004, we saw what happened in Indonesia. And by the way, we got lots and lots of satellites up there. We learned our lesson from 2004, and everybody has them up there. We've got enough satellites giving us enough advance warning, and this is why we're doing this video here. It's why others, and you're going to see a lot more of it, and pass it around, or if not, do your own video. Go do your own research and put yours together and let people know. I hope for the best that this will be nothing at all. But hey, you know what? Be good to have a Faraday cage. So we've got the early advance warning systems out there, and they're warning us. They're telling us, guys, get ready. We know what these events look like, and they last through epochs. Again, energy is neither created nor destroyed, right? Constant state of change. So just kind of get ready for it. This is what, if we could visualize it, this is what it would probably visualize like. I mean, folks, you know, I'm a great fan of Mythbusters. Actually, I've met Adam, and the cool thing about it is that, as you know, they love to blow things up, and I like watching that stuff. So do most other guys and gals. We've all seen the high-speed video, right? When you see that initial shock wave go out, right? You can just see it. It's just that it reverberates on everything. And then you see, of course, the main explosion. I think that's what's going to happen here. So we do have a bird up there. Like I said, we have many. They're going to be measuring this. We should get reports, hopefully almost in real time, as to how this begins to happen as it comes in. My concern is, are we going to see events? Listen. Okay, let me go on and we'll cover this in a second. So this is, consider this, ladies and gentlemen. Not only do we have this cosmic shock wave coming in, we have the comet, P41 Honda, coming in, going to be making its transition between Earth and the Sun. We have this push coming in. It's going to be hitting the magnetopause. Is the comet going to have an adverse reaction to our Sun? Is it going to cause a CME potentially to come towards Earth? Is this going to be the perfect storm? I don't know. But, you know, if you got the chess pieces on the board, you kind of look at this and you're going, yeah, this don't look good. I hope that we get through it fine. I talked about the life of a star. You know, I think if you can manage to squeak out, 10 billion years, you might call that a good life, good long life. But in essence, this is the life story of a star. We know this by measuring as well. I look now at the cosmic ray report. You can't get them in, well, actually you can, and I need to get that source, and I will get that source. But there are places where you can actually get what the cosmic rays are doing to the Earth, and it's been steadily increasing, folks. I mean, this is no hoax. This is no, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I mean, just look at the facts. And if you don't like the facts, hey, that's your problem, not mine. Listen, I know enough that anytime you start talking about radiation, dense particles, it's going to affect us, folks. I fully expect to see probably an increase in cardiac events. Expect to see bouts of depression, just a whole host of other anomalies that affect bioforms. And you and I are a bioform. I talked about how this actually will damage our DNA. This is a strand of healthy DNA. This is a strand not of healthy DNA. If you are a sunbather, you've done immense damage. If you're a smoker, you have done immense damage. If you work in an office, you have already got immense damage to your DNA. this isn't going to help matters. And I said before, it's really going to impact the very young. They're the ones that are really going to feel this more than, again, as I said, for those over 50, not going to do that much. So I talked about how in 2004, and I did not know this when I listened to BP's video. According to Mike, around the world, it stripped off part of our atmosphere in 2004. And we solved that by the ozone hole. And isn't it odd that all of a sudden we started having the global warming? Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think that this has a direct correlation. Stripping of our atmosphere, do the research. Seems to be very, very possible. So I talk about what happened in 2004. Indonesia, folks. Listen, these events here on Earth are caused by cosmic events. If you don't go over, for instance, with Ben Davidson over Suspicious Observers, great site. I mean, really, I've been a supporter of Ben for years. It's good science. And that's what we need here. Because if this is going to be stronger, and I don't know how much stronger. There's those who are much more well-versed in this subject than I am. But if it's going to be stronger than it was in 2004, and if it just happens to be North America that's facing the onslaught of this, connect the dots. Now, this is Fukushima. But don't think that this is not going to happen again. And it will. So as I always tell the truth, be kind. Good Lord, I can't believe how people write. I mean, are you really want to be that's going to be your moniker? Keep your promises. Giggle and laugh. Before you look at the log in your brother's eye, the speck, get the God-blessed plank that's in yours. Man, people, love one another. Is it so hard? Don't cost you anything. Be grateful. How blessed are you to be alive? I mean, seriously. And forgive. You're not perfect. Don't be talking about someone else, you dog. Come on. Who are you to be criticizing anyone? You're not perfect. What? Let me say if you're a Christian and if you're condemning, calling someone false prophets, who was on the cross? You? You hypocrite? So forgive. Give thanks for everything. My God. Be grateful. Try new things. Don't criticize someone because they may have an idea or a definition different than yours. Who are you? What makes you so much better than everyone else? How dare you write anything? Don't put that trash on my channel. Ha! You'll get a ticket right out of here. I don't go for that crap. Don't like it. Be respectful at all times. And say please and thank you. And learn to smile. Yeah, learn to smile. Be ye kind to one another. Let that be our mantra. If this thing is coming in, and God, I hope that's not the case. I hope that there's not loss of life, property. But if there is an event that's taking place, all right, we can pray. But we can be kind. We can respect one another. We're a species, folks. Learn to think of the person that you don't know walking down the street. He's your brother. She's your sister. They're related. We're all related. And you carry within you all of our ancestors. From the dust you came, to the dust you shall be. When you eat food, you're eating dead bodies. It's part of our ancestors. It's who you are. It's the connection. All right. Be kind to one another. All right.